From Rochester, New York, comes MC and performing artist, BROGAWD. Fresh off the release of his new album, Urban Opulence, produced by Mute One, featuring collaboration from Illinois, Curtis Coke, Year of Jordan, and more. He also recently released the dope single, Sister Cities, produced by French-Senegalese producer Abdou Salame, keeping his fans and underground hip-hop hungry for what is that coming next. In addition to his new music, BROGAWD has built an impressive catalog that includes projects such as Black and Brown Business with the legendary XP The Marxman, Playbook, Dogo Argentino, Player Setting, and more. BROGAWD has also taken his music on the road, touring with Rome Streets while earning coverage from respected hip-hop media outlets, including the underground hip-hop blog in LA. Tune in if we talk about his journey in music, the making of his new album, Urban Opulence, and what he's got coming next on the Cristopolis Show, number 294. From Rochester, New York, comes MC and performing artist, BROGAWD. He just released a new album called Urban Opulence, produced by Mute One. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about that album. But he also recently released a single called Sister Cities. He's always working, so we know we got new music coming. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about what he's got coming next and his incredible career. Let's bring him in. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, what's going on, Chris? What's up,
I'm good, my brother. Salute.
Thank you, bro.
What an honor to have you on, my bro. Let me get this right. Want to make sure it looks good for the YouTube and for the clips. There we go. That's about right. My brother, what an honor to have you on the Cristopolis Show. This has been a long time coming. I've been following you for so long, and we finally get a chance to connect and build. You earlier this year dropped Urban Opulence, right? That's probably a good starting place, but I know you're cooking. I know you got more coming.
Oh yeah, of course, man. And thank you for for the continued support and tapping in and being alongside on the journey. That really mean a lot, man. That go a long way, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And Urban Opulence, yeah, that's the most current work I have out right now. A lot of stuff under the wraps. I'm always staying low, keeping my pen sharp and firing. But soon come, I will unleash.
Yeah. So Urban Opulence, produced by Mute One. Talk to us about how y'all connected, the meaning behind it, the dope artwork. Tell us some details about the project.
Yeah, so me and Mute always been in communication, via Instagram, probably the last 5 or 6 years. And he sent me a few beat packs, maybe 2020, 21, something around then. And I never got to it. And then fast forward like earlier this year, maybe last year, he reached out again, or one of us reached out, and it led to another beat pack being sent, and that's when I locked in with it, and that's how it came about with Urban Opulence. And the artwork was done by my man Shalon Davis, who also produced an EP for me called Words from Western New York.
Oh, yeah. So he's a producer and he does art.
Yeah.
Yo, and how did he make that? Do you know how he made that? Because it's so dope. It's like abstract.
Yep, and that's the exact word he used. But I don't know his formula, but those are the exact words he used to, in his creative point. Because I forgot what I called it. He was like, nah, this is my, it's my abstract art. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So since then, I've been, he's been one of my favorite guys to go to. So in the future, you'll probably see, not probably, you will see, I don't know exactly for what, but you'll see more of his art.
Yeah, how does that work with him? Because he's a producer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you've got like another relationship with him, which is like, yo, I got this joint I just finished with Mute One. I got this joint coming. How did you communicate? It's gonna be like, it's like the kind of chicken and the egg, right? It's like, what came first? You're like, it's called Urban Opulence, and then he came out with the cover, or does it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? How did because the visual goes so well with the name of the album.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. I had the title first, and I literally just gave him that, and he took it from there because, like I said, he created before one of the cover arts, which he produced the sound for, with Words from Western New York, and that cover art itself, I thought that was just like ahead of his time.
Yeah.
So I just let him do what he does and trust his creativity, and he over delivered, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really, really dope. It's a fly cover.
Word, thank you.
Yeah, bro. And then the album's incredibly produced. You come with dope songs. But one of the things that's really interesting is that opulence, makes me think about money, right? It makes me think about wealth. And you're dropping game, right? You're dropping like business facts and, talking about a lot of business concepts.
Hmm.
Um, you know, uh square and not square business concepts. You're dropping a lot of game, you know what I'm saying, in
For
the
sure.
album. You know what I mean? And what does urban opulence mean? Is it connected to that? Is it connected to money generation, wealth, and business, or does it mean something else?
From what I created it from was literally what I see outside of my very door, um, past, future, and present tense. Um, living and I can speak for many cities across the world. Urban cities, we all experience a lot of the same, highs and lows.
Yeah.
And in the cover art itself, you can see it's like dollars falling, and it's a
The
drop
dice
topping. That
game,
is,
right?
you know what I'm saying. So that's in our urbanized areas. And the opulence is the scenery, what you see, the things that attract the eye, the opulence, the aura, the allure. But in my experience, when you say speaking on a lot of business terminology and things like that. It's just my reality, my where I'm at in life, and what I'm
Yeah.
seeing day to day. From my perspective and at my entry level point, and that's what I'm speaking on. I just I'm only rapping what I'm seeing and doing.
Yeah. What can you share with us about, like your journey as a human, right? As a young man, a successful man, coming up in urban areas, can be tough too, right? Like it's like a maze, and it's just staying out of jail, staying out of trouble, staying out of drama. Um, and one of the things that when people study your discography and they go through, going back to, like West New York, like you were talking about, or earlier albums, right? Your sound has evolved, right? And then you're kind of like in this era now, since about the 2020s, where you're more in kind of like the new renaissance, the new hip hop renaissance that Rochester and upstate New York is so critical and so pivotal, right? In defining that sound. And your pen and your voice is a big part of that also. But you're also bringing a real human, um, approachable uh, lens to the music and to reality because not everybody's pop 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 and moving crazy weight.
Hmm.
It's you talk a little bit about the realities of urban life and that aspect, but you're also talking about things that a young man that's trying to make do business and be successful and have a family and has certain values, even though there's always a street element because you got to keep your head on the swivel, right? This is all coming through your music. What can you tell us about what you try to communicate through your pen?
What I try to communicate is literally me, and in hopes that and someone else that can grasp towards it, no matter what walk of life they might come through or may live, because I have relationships with people in all sorts of ways of life, and
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we all got life and death. So while we here, we got to make the best of it. And it's
yeah,
important to have confidence in what you're doing, but still be coachable. You know what I'm saying? And have more wisdom around you. Um,
yeah,
that's really key. Somebody always older than you. Somebody always have more to you.
yeah.
And vice versa. You always have more to somebody. You always older than somebody.
That's
So
dope.
you
That's
got to
dope.
pull from.
We
You
all
got to
come
pull
up
from
with
others.
people and we all go different ways. We
Hmm.
all we all got the homie with 3 kids and 3 baby mama. We all got the homie that we lost. We all got the
Hmm.
homie serving time, you know? We all
Facts.
got the homie that we're not sure how he made it, but he doing really
Really
well.
doing his thing.
Yeah.
Tommy ain't got no job.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So that's really dope, man. You've done an amazing job on the new album of painting pictures for us But you recently dropped a new single, Sister Cities, which made me
Mm.
think, he's cooking, right? It's a really, really dope visual and single. Talk to us about that single, about the connection with Abdou Salame, the producer, and what you got coming.
Word, nah, shout out to Abdul, man. Like, I'm being received so well in the city, man, in this country, man. Like, um, this is further than my imagination, how things have went. But we actually have a joint prior to Sister Cities called Jump House. That was, that really took off. That started things up.
So
And
where is he
after that,
based out of?
Paris, Paris, France. If
Oh,
I'm not,
bro, those
I hope
French,
I'm not. I
those,
hope
it's
I'm
not
not.
even just French, it's those European producers, bro.
Yeah, they take a liking to my sound. I have like a plethora, man. Like a lot of my catalog is from over there. A lot of my catalog,
Wow.
Fickle, um, Abdul. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody. Who else we got? Sovath. Like I got tons and tons of singles with guys. Here in the States, but they also work with a lot of the guys overseas. So it's a big world, but it's a smaller community when you start working with, you know
Yeah,
what I mean, and collaborating. So it's beautiful to do that because it can bring us under one roof at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can
absolutely.
break bread and be in each other's presence. Because I haven't met any of these guys in the physical. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that's waiting for you when you do the European tour.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to connect with XP, bro. You know he be doing that passport work.
That's my bro. We going next week. I gotta go shoot the video with him in New Vegas film.
You going
We
to
gonna
LA?
do he's in the city in New York City, so he not too
Oh
far.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't gotta take that 5 hour flight.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah,
though I
yeah.
love
That's
I love
dope.
the West. Love the
Yeah,
West
that's
Coast, man.
dope. That's dope. But you've been out to LA, man.
Oh,
You've been
for
out there,
sure.
you've done
Couple
some work.
times.
What
Yep.
was that like for you? Because it's another planet over there.
Oh man, peace to the West, man. Shout out to SoCal. He did connect me and XP The Marxman.
Shout out
SoCal
SoCal.
produced. Um, the Black and Brown Business EP, SoCal did produce
Make
that.
sure he's
So
serious.
yeah, thank you, man. And I
I got
got
the
the
whole I
opportunity.
got the little vinyl crackle throughout the whole thing.
Yep, Maison Defunct. They put that together. They're a label based out of Europe somewhere. Like I said, I work with so many. They're another team of producers that I got a few cuts with. But they have a label that they make vinyl, CDs, cassette tapes, a
Yeah,
lot of tangible items for the collectors and the fans. So they
yeah.
blessed me with a small batch, and a couple people copped up. I was able to gift one to Freeway from Rockefeller. I was able to gift one to him when I
That's
performed in
dope.
Philly. Yep.
Yeah,
So
I'm surprised that that like the independent hip hop game is crushing right now, and I'm really surprised that the artists that they have like an established name because they were with a major at one time. They kind of rode that wave, aren't capitalizing more on this foundation that the underground game and this hip hop renaissance has created. Freeway should be dropping all sorts. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I haven't seen the activity with the physicals and everything, the cats like you and the cats like Rome Streets and Griselda and Rock Marciano and you know what I'm saying? There's like a whole underground movement that's crushing it with making money moving merch from clothing to vinyl, cassettes, everything, right? The creativity is relentless. But then you got the freeways and the people that are known names. I don't see them capitalizing the same way. It's like they want the record deal, they want what they had before, or you kind of don't hear about it as much.
I don't know. I can't really speak for that side of it. I know what we're doing here. We're kind of like just one show away. You know what I'm saying? It's more of an intimate feeling, here on this underground level.
Yeah.
And I'm building rapport, making relationships with a lot of these guys. I was just like last weekend, me and my bro Jordan, we went down to support one of my man Party G events in the Bronx, and my man Pro Dillinger, Bub Styles, they all came through. He headlined Jamal Gasol, a lot of heavy acts.
Yeah,
Some
yeah, a
guys
lot
I
of heavy
had just
hitters.
met. Yeah, for sure. Some new guys I met with an incredible pen. So it's all like I said, it's like that, almost like that small community, intimate, more setting thing. So, you know what I'm saying? If you in a room of 150, 100 people and you got 60, 75 shirts, it's easy for them to go. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You can reach out and talk to that guy and take that picture where you don't have to go through security and or a back door, access passes. Like you pull up and they right there. Like I actually before um years back, before Rome Streets got down with the Griselda movement, I actually went to like it was just one of those smaller shows. Riggs was on it. Benny just popped through on a surprise. This was before he just took off and took over the world. Like
yeah,
I'm literally 5, 10 feet away from these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like
crazy.
yeah, shoulder to shoulder, and even though I see them, all three of them, I still see all three of them guys. You know what I'm saying? While they're on their journey, and it's like yo, to see from there to where all of them are now, it's amazing. And with Benny and Riggs being from right here from the soil, Benny from Buffalo,
Yeah,
Riggs from right here is like yo, this obtainable. You know what I'm saying? As I
yeah,
put the work for it and put the work effort in.
yeah. It feels very much kind of like, when hip hop before it blew up and got big, I've heard of stories like Fat Joe saw Lord Finesse get a record deal, but that was the homie from around the way. And he
Mhm.
was like, it became attainable. Like at that point, like he locked in, and then that's how he eventually got his record deal. And he just didn't stop. But it was seeing somebody close to you that you knew how good they were, how hard they grind, they were putting in the effort, but it looked attainable. You knew that you were in the room with these people. You know what I mean? And that's really dope. And I see you putting the work in.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's a good feeling at the same time too, because this is what I want, and I knew that, this is part of what a major part of what it take. You know what I'm saying? And you still got
Yeah.
to be optimistic with it, things like that, man.
Yeah, bro. Don't
Yeah,
let go. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Just
yeah,
just gotta be stubborn with it. Gotta be
yeah,
relentless
yeah,
with it.
for sure,
You
for
got
sure.
you gotta go longer than anybody else would. That's
Hmm.
what it is. It's like that Rocky quote where he's like, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can
And
get hit and
shit,
keep going.
and
I
get
love
back
that
up.
quote,
Exactly,
bro.
exactly, man.
You know? That's dope. Hey, so is Sister Cities okay, so Sister Cities meaning Paris and like in Rochester?
So yeah, so a little fun fact about that. When I don't even know. Sometimes I just have to go with things when they first, hit my mind. But I didn't even really have a backstory until I actually looked up on it. And sister cities. So Rochester and I want to say, hold on, I actually screenshot it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man. I can't
There we
find
go.
it.
There we
I
go.
won't
You
take it. Yeah.
back.
But my fault, my fault. I was trying to see if I can like pull up a this article I found out the connection between the two cities. So to my understanding, it's like a twin city to Rochester to I believe Senegal, France. So like in the state of like evacuation or emergency, they would like usher in Rochesterians and vice versa through like a time of a hardship or disparity or something like that. I'm kind of fizzing in words because I'm freestyling, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
some
yeah,
hard
yeah.
facts
But
behind it.
there's a connection.
Yeah, it's
There's
definitely a real
we could
thing.
we could
Yeah,
figure out the details later, but they sister cities and like for real in some
yeah,
capacity.
right. Further beyond it than the record, like it's a actual thing.
That's dope. And when you being that he's in Paris, France, and he's his background is from Senegal. Do y'all speak in English? Does he speak in English or do you speak some French? How do y'all communicate? Or is it just like the language of hip hop? He just sends bangers with emojis like flame, 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 and you can't talk back flame, flame, flame. Cause you
Nah,
can
it's
do that too.
yo technology, man. The translation button, like I'm sure he writes in his language, and when he sends it to
Yeah.
me, it pops back, in English standard. So, but I try to convince him, like, yo, let's get on the call, because I like to call, connect, at least
Yeah, yeah.
so I could get an understanding of the field. But he like, yo, my broken English is bad, bro. It's terrible. I'm like, all right, man, I respect it, man. But
Yeah.
I gotta sharpen up too and get bilingual again, man. Well,
Yeah.
trilingual and learn a few different. I'm very, very small in the Spanish area. I know like I probably know a few colors and numbers or whatever, man.
You
Some
gotta know
leche or
black and
something.
brown, bro. You gotta know
Yeah,
black and brown business.
Mio facts. He put me onto a couple words, what I'm saying? It was some neighborhood words. But
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta take a deeper dive, man.
Yo, so I'm from the East Coast, right? I'm from DC, but the whole time I was out in LA, I speak Spanish, but I didn't expect it to be like that. I was like, damn, bro.
Yo, are you Hispanic?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
I'm not Mexican or Chicano, right? So I learned a lot from about their culture because, I'm in the DC area. So out here you don't have the same Chicano like Latinos, right?
Hmm.
You got a little bit of everything. You got a lot of Puerto Rican, you got a lot of Salvadorian, you got a lot of
Yep,
Peruvian. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of interesting within this area. Out there it's like it's like heavy Chicano, like heavy Mexican and Mexican American, and they got a beautiful, beautiful culture and a deep culture.
for
So
sure.
I was learning about food and like learning about breads and different
And
just
you
it was
can't turn
deep.
down
It's
food.
deep. Yeah, it's like,
If
bro, the food is serious. And but yeah, my dad is from Chile and my mom is from Guatemala, so I'm half South American, half Central American, and then I
oh,
grew up here. So
we got a well background.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got the whole Latin American and one
Yeah,
and one brother, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, but yeah, man, but being out there was dope. And then I saw you were out there building and I was like, oh, that's dope. And I think the whole black and brown business was it's a real dope idea, and it's very West Coast. That's a very kind of West Coast concept. I think. I'm not sure what it's like in Rochester. You know what I'm saying? But I know that on the West Coast, it very much is collaborative between communities, and that's a thing that's very a big deal out there. As you saw on
No,
the Kendrick Lamar album. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Nah, and we mirror that here too. It's not a divide or anything like that. If the media portrays like a race war or nothing like as far as the black and brown. There are other areas where we not always favored, but for the most part, it's not like a huge separation
Yeah,
between the ethnicities. But like anywhere else, you have problems amongst each other. But for the grand scheme of things, it's a well mixed
yeah.
melting pot, man.
Yeah, and that's I think the thing that's important to realize is that like we fight each other too. You know what I'm saying? And
Nah,
and we
word.
we mean and racist to each other too. You know what I'm saying? Like within the community,
For
right?
sure,
Within
for sure.
Latinos and
Own
between Black
problems at
people,
home.
and it's not like you know what I'm saying? It's like we like that. We just what I'm saying. We all need God, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like we
Bottom,
all
yeah, yeah.
it's
At
what
the
it
end of
is. You know what I mean?
at the end of the day, man,
Yeah. At the end of
and
the day, is what it is.
everyone's emotion run high. Some days one more than other, you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah,
I don't think I would
absolutely.
hope people don't just walk around with straight hatred or ill
Facts.
mannered.
Facts.
But we
Yo,
gotta.
that album, was so like the cover art for Black and Brown Business, and I think it really did well. Have you and XP thought about collaborating again?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He just running so wild, man. He doing this thing like every time you look
Yo,
up, he's
right now
tearing the
he's like
stage down. Like
he
I think
carrying the baton right now.
for
That
sure,
porcelain plates joint gets me sized.
for sure, man. We had when we did a show back in January in Philly at Crate Diggers. Um he he brought out me and your Jordan on that, and then later we went to we went to a studio and you know, just made a couple cuts. And man, he had like this verse, like, man, I don't know if we're gonna come out with this song or whenever it does, because we got the homie um Emilio Craig. Emilio Craig is on there. But I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's gonna have any feet or whatever. But XP, like everybody did their thing, but this was one of them joints where it's like it's a toss up. Like XP came with two guns smoking, man.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, the thank you for the insight on that unreleased joint. You know, you just mentioned the homie Year Jordan. You got a lot of work with him. He's on
Hmm.
Urban Opulence, but you've done many tracks with him. Talk to us about the connection with him because you've worked with him a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Now that's a long time friend. Our families are actually, you know, friends of each other. So our background goes, you know, beyond our existence. But for you know how we actually went to high school together, different floors, different schools, but you know the same building. But we'll see each other here and there.
That's
But we
dope.
didn't really fall into a music rhythm until about what is this? About 10, 11 years now. Um yeah, about 10, 11 years now. And since then, he just been like a, you know, right hand man and supporting cast. He produces as well. He's like a
Dope.
multi talented one man band. You know,
Yeah.
producer, artist, uh, engineer. Um, you know what I mean? He even has A&R hat. He looks for new talent to work with, things like that. So
Yeah. That's dope. True musician, true renaissance man.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Now you come from a musical background. There's, you know, I've heard in other interviews that you've done where you talk about your family and how people, you know, in your family, you come from a long lineage of musicians. Can you share with us, you know, some of that background and also, you know, maybe other musical things that you do, you beside the rapping?
Yeah, so I'm just a full time rapper, bro. I wish I had other talents outside of that, but I don't. Um, but as far as my family, yeah, I come from a heavy um church um music gospel background. Starting with my grandfather, and like they were in a gospel circuit, all the way from Alabama. They even have a lot of a lot of traction in Los Angeles. They have some allies out there. I believe it's what was the group from LA? Um, Mighty Clouds of Joy, was it? Yep. So Mighty Clouds of Joy. Their name was Fantastic Bright Clouds, but um yeah, they spread the gospel all around the country, man, and that extended down to my mother, who's an incredible singer, and her
So these
siblings.
were your grandparents.
Correct, my grandfather. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
and did they cut records?
So they were actually on. This was before my time. They were on Starlight Records, First Light Records.
Yeah.
Um, and like during the '70s and '80s, I believe they released um, maybe 5 albums. About five
Wow.
albums, yeah, yep.
Yeah,
And I
like
believe at the time
legit,
Al
like straight
Green was
up
even.
career. Straight
Oh,
up
for sure.
career in music.
Toured, singing a lot of arenas, churches, church programs.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they really had an incredible journey. Um, and I just think that's what the music rhythm,
Yeah.
sets and comes into play with me. But I
Yeah,
don't
I
have
mean,
any.
because you know, hip hop is you know, gospel. There's a connection between gospel and the blues. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And hip hop's like the new blues, really. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yes,
You
sir.
just, you know, we're talking about the situations, the adversity. Sometimes it feels good, sometimes it feels bad.
Hmm.
You know, sometimes there's some little libations. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's literally kind of like the blues. You know what I mean? The music we sample the blues. You
Oh
know?
man, yeah, hip hop is like the biggest. soul, blues, theft, man. Like we did extended branch from that. The grandkids of that.
That's right. That's right. That's really dope. And then moving into your parents, were they also into music?
So my father he was not a musician, more so on the business side, where he did manage. He actually managed some of my older cousins
Wow.
who who now has their own gospel group as well. Gospel, and they sing believe it's, I don't want to say it's R&B, but it's like it's a mix of but more so the gospel quartet.
That's
Um,
dope.
but in their younger days, he managed them. And my mother, she grew up singing, and all of her siblings, where they played instruments. Some had their own groups as well.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, I grew up going to a lot of rehearsals, practices, things like that.
That's
But
dope.
then I didn't like really have a liking for it then. I just always was around because it felt more like I had to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then
but you're
click.
absorbing. You're
Yeah,
absorbing the
right.
whole time.
Subconsciously, right.
Yeah. That's dope. Shout out casual hieroglyphics in the chat. Yo, um
Peace.
what what brought you in? Cause I've heard you tell the story about how like like you didn't pursue like hip hop directly. Like you got you fell into the game. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Talk to us about how you like how you became a rapper.
So being in that studio setting, a few of my friends just from around the way, they tried their hand, just going in there making music. And at the time, like it was a lot of mainstream, in my opinion, that was not impressive, and there was like a lot was missing. Um, Although the sound where I am has always lived, it was just overlooked, underlooked, however you want to say it. It kind of shifted, took a shift to where this sound wasn't, primary. So during the time that it wasn't, and it was more of a South wave,
Yeah,
more pop, hop, or whatever dance. To me, it wasn't authentic, and it didn't have a long lifespan. And I always had a love for golden era of hip hop.
yeah,
And I graduated high school in 2011, and that's when I was really I've always heard, like um Nas, Jay-Z, Cormega, Mobb Deep, all of them growing up, but it didn't resonate with me until, like I said, later in high school years when I'm absorbing it again and seeing what they're speaking on in a sense
yeah,
in real time. And
yeah,
then that's when the artistry, started kicking in because now I'm in the studio with a couple friends. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Were you like in a group or did you come out solo immediately?
Nah, solo. Because a lot of the songs were just freestyles, um, using SoundCloud.
Yeah.
But I would collab with the guys around the way. I would collab, but it wasn't like a group. Nah.
Yeah. And how much of the fact that like upstate New York and Rochester started just, popping, like in a way, like a very special way in the whole map of, all the hip hop and all the different pockets of hip hop. Upstate, it was like it, and maybe still is upstate New York's time. You know what I'm saying? And you're there and you're in the studio. How much did all of the momentum of the city have an impact on you?
Well, like right now in this very moment, the city sees and feels what us, the artists, because we're in it, we living in it. So we always had. It was just a matter of time before it does what it's doing now. But for everyone to see and experience it, it's kind of like the "I told you so," but respectfully. But we
Yeah.
still work. We still working, humbly, and still because it's still a lot of more ground to be covered, and a lot more talent to be discovered for myself, and way beyond me. So, like, it's waves of it. So, as long as everyone is embracive and with the right amount of humble in it, but still have that that edge to you, because you don't want to fizzle out. You still want to be hungry for this. You still want to be intentional with this. Um, so I think, of course, with the recent uh run of 38 Special,
Yeah.
what's going on with that? It's brought a lot of eyes, and people have capitalized from that moment. Um, some for not so good, some for the better.
Yeah, all publicity is good
Yeah,
publicity, my
yeah,
bro.
for sure. But if I could kind of facilitate where mine gonna go, I'm gonna do that. You don't
Yeah.
want to really get too attached to some stuff that might hinder you.
Yeah.
I'm full. I'm not saying I ain't Rochester. I'm full time Rochester. Like,
Yeah.
definitely gonna rep mine, but I got a different agenda. You know what I'm saying? For
Yep.
what I have set for my brand and my career. And I think right now um, is the best time to strike. I am seeing a lot of anticipation around me. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the lid being popped all the way off, with Griselda starting to getting a lot of the OGs back.
Yep.
Um, in that mainstream to look at upstate New York as the the new grounds of hip hop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
For Niagara Falls, Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester. So yeah, everyone just they gotta lock in and capitalize, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. Shout out Action Figure 973 in the chat. Um,
Oh
so
yeah, I see a
you
lot
got
of
the
this
recent
nonsense.
single Sister Cities where Abdou Salame, we talked about that. Is that a one-off with him or are y'all doing an album?
So there's recently have been a collaborative project I've been asked to um spearhead. It's being curated by XOX. Like, um, I don't believe he produces, but he like curates albums.
Yeah,
So we got some Abdul in that batch. So you will hear a project with his production. It'll be a various producer kind of joint.
that's
Um,
dope. That's dope.
that's
There's
like 30.
another thing I want to ask, and whatever you could share, right? Because I know that things need to be released when they're ready. But there's another name from around your way that you're kind of associated with, which is Pounds 448, and some work that you guys have done. Is anything what's cooking? What's coming? What can you share?
Yeah, nah, so that's me and my bro Just Dave. That's actually my cousin. So he's another guy that's been working by my side in this journey. Just being assistive and things. So he and I both we collaborated on that as our collective, the Lord, and Pounds produced, I believe it's like 7 to 8 tracks. It's all
Wow.
done. We just have to it was actually done last summer. We just literally are sitting on this music. I believe we just got a feature verse left. I won't say who
Yeah.
um left to put on there, and we gonna tie that up and send it off, man. Get some visuals done for it, maybe like a visual to set it off for the rollout. No
Yeah.
hard date on when it'll be out, but it is ready. Excuse me, it is um, recorded.
Yeah.
Just need that last mix and touch on there, and like I said, a visual in the verse. So
Yeah. That's dope. If you had a like, because you got multiple things kind of popping, what project do you think is next? Like, what would you tell people to look forward to? They already gobbled up the Urban Opulence, right? They're like Sister Cities was a banger, you know what I'm saying? But they want that BROGAWD, right? What would you say? Like, all right, be on the lookout for this.
yeah, and I'm glad I'm kind of like that. Kind of like forces me to work a little bit more, um,
Yeah, you're in
urgently.
demand now, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
no, that's
like
cool because
before when you were like started out, you like releasing projects and and
yeah.
and it's doing its rounds, but now it's like, yo,
But see, now it's like because I have the music, I just don't. I need a. I'm kind of a perfectionist, but I don't.
yeah,
I'm not a perfectionist. I don't want to get too much in my way, but it's still things that need to be done in the sequence, in the order. So
yeah,
that's what it is. And a person like me, I believe in budgeting for this. So this take a couple of dollars. I'm doing this off my own merit.
yeah,
So that's with videos, with cover arts. Thankfully, I have guys like you. to put me on this platform and be seen by more
Thank
eyes
you,
and
my
things.
brother.
To you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, for sure, man. So I would like to get physicals out there, take money to produce that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to use it as an excuse. I'm at least going to have the music out there, and if it comes after that, it comes after that. But what I will say, my intended very next release is produced by Moose Tarantino, which is Flames Malik. That's his guy. That's his right hand man, and he reached out to me. Me and him had a rapport for some years now. Even before I got to this point in the music, he always been supportive, and what I'm saying, let me know he listening at me, and he like what I'm doing. And it's funny because that same weekend we did the show in Philly with XP. That's when I got the email from Moose like, yo, check these out. Um, let's do
That's
something.
probably the
So
best feeling.
yeah, that was dope. That was like hitting the triple winnings on the lottery. So that was cool. Also, Griselda's producer CG. Um, that's recorded. Just waiting on a couple feature verses from that. That's pretty much wrapped up. So like I said, I got the works. It's just little
So you got
fine
like
print.
3, 4 projects just all in different
Yeah,
stages
it's
of
a matter of
production.
just pulling one out the hat, and letting it fly. But like I said, my intended one is gonna be with Moose Tarantino. Um, I shot a video for it. And not to mention from Urban Opulence with French Vision, we shot that in New York City. So
Oh, so there's
anytime
another
now,
Urban Opulence video coming.
this will be the first one. This will be the first video from
Oh
Urban
yeah,
Opulence.
because the other one's Sister Cities. That's not on Urban.
Yep,
Yeah,
nope,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just
Your most
that's a one
recent
off.
visual is not from the Urban Opulence. It's the Lucy.
Yep. Just some because I just had to put something out there at the time. That I
Yeah,
think dropped that 2025. I want to say. So it's
yeah,
like and that's another thing. I want to have um more of a better grasp on my releases and future releases and things like that. So it's kind of in order, but just God willing, man, God's plan. If I can do it like that, it'll
yeah.
happen. But for the most part, the music is coming out. You will get Bro God 26, 27, 28,
Yeah,
29,
it's
and so
lined
on
up for
and
you
so
to
on
just
and so on.
have like you're about to go on a run.
Yeah, yeah, and it looked like I didn't plan for it like that. But if it turned out like that, then I think that'd be even better. Because I believe in letting the music play and letting it live too. Like I know we're in the era where everybody grasps want to call your music a classic in 1 week. Like that's kind of crazy. So I want to make sure you digest as you observe this. This is like steak. You ain't getting done in no steak in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
You really gotta you know chew. You really have to look for certain a taste of flavor. You know what I'm saying? If
yeah,
what needs more of this or feedback. I look at feedback too because if you, especially for people that buys music,
yeah.
bandcamp.com. So people, I feel like they could, you know, share
Yeah,
their thoughts, their opinions
that's
in a
right.
respectful manner. Some people get crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
The internet, man, got all sorts of characters. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you got to be ready every day. That's another job too.
Yeah, bro. On Urban Opulence, you put on, we talked about the relationship with Year Jordan, but there's other cats like Illinois and a lot of people that are
Yeah.
connected to you. I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to give shine to people you work with, or maybe even other people that are artists that are coming up right now that aren't as established as you are yet, but that are making noise and that are on your radar, that are out there in the Rochester, upstate New York area. Is there anybody popping that I should know about, that people should know about? Like, yo, there's talent out here, and maybe they're not making the rounds on like shows like this and other shows where you got to kind of break through the noise a little bit first, but that about because you're in the scene.
Yeah, and these are guys that are active. Like you can go right now and see they probably just put something out last night or last week or whatever, have something coming forth. And that would
Yeah.
be Kyonix, man. He's really like one of my favorite guys in the town. Him and Yogi Bear. My man Ghetto guy. He's been off the scene for a while, but I know once he returns, he'll have a lot of fun listens for you. Nas Santana, always working, always pushing his pen forward. Just Dave, he just released Hope, produced by PA Dre Beats. Definitely want to get at that.
P.A. Dre working, bro.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. You got guys like um, Flight God, Wiz. Um, man, who else? Hold on, because I don't want my people to be. This
Yo,
is for
they're gonna be
people
like,
that's
yo, you
working
didn't
though.
shout me
This
out.
is if I'm saying your name, this is because you have active work and you in the algorithms and you pushing yourself, you pushing it. I'm not doing it just because you the homie, because you the cousin. Nah, this is for work fit. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
blood, sweat, tears, and more. Um,
yeah.
who else we got? Just give me a second, man. My man Elijah Rich. He definitely always going forward. Um, trying to think of my ladies. V Secrets. She's incredible MC. I'm not even gonna say female MC, incredible MC.
Yeah,
Um,
period.
you know what I'm saying? We got who was 3 a.m. formerly known as Coco Latte. We got Yana Forrest, PG Forrest, one of my favorites. Like she tough. I'll put her up on anybody. Um, who else we got? Of course, Jay Outstanding, Cuzzo. Um, and I think I got pretty much. I think that's yeah where my focus been at as far as who's putting that work fit in. I think
That's
I
dope.
might be a couple I'm forgetting, and it's not intentional. I do use a lot of high grade cannabis, which I'm getting ready to do soon again. So
And
yeah, with
that's dope, bro. And thank you for putting those people, for shouting them out, and for helping hip hop like that and community get knowledge. People watch this all over the world and all over the country. That way they can learn about some of these names, especially coming out in what's becoming like a mecca of hip hop in upstate New York. Mentioning that, this kind of gets into like the fun part of the interview as we start to wrap.
one more,
Oh
my
yeah, yeah,
fault,
yeah.
Chris.
Don't somebody came to mind.
Y'all know Lord Moses, man. He also worked with Flames, and yeah, look out. He just dropped something the other night. I gotta go check it out. But me and him gonna do something special to it. Tough.
That's dope.
He got a certain talk. It ain't for everybody, but
That's
yeah,
the best kind,
it's
man.
for
When
who it's
for
for, man.
originals.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Straight, no cut, like real deal
That's dope.
business.
That's dope. Speaking of cannabis, as a connoisseur, what is your personal favorite type of strain?
Right now, man, I've really been liking this guava cake. Guava cake is like it's a super duper hybrid.
Yeah,
I want to say it's from like this OG family of the like gelatos.
yeah,
But man, that guava cake is smoking really well. I want to get a batch of Farmerhouse 1942. It's a grower up here.
yeah.
Clean look, no terps, man. I got to start getting back out there, going to all the weed expos. I'm kind of losing my edge, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The games, the innovations, and the technology, bro. They're
Yeah, that kind of.
constantly like innovating. Being out in California, that's such a
Oh
big
man.
industry out there. It's
Oh, for
crazy.
sure, for sure.
And is that generally your strain a hybrid, or do you like prefer indicas, sativas, or do you like hybrids?
Nowadays, lately, I'm not gonna lie, I've been the hybrids, because it's just been giving me a hyper focus. But I come from indicas,
Yeah,
sativas. Like out of those two, I would probably go more of a indica.
got it.
No, I'm
But the
lying. I'm
hybrid
sorry. I
gives you
would go
that
more of a
little mental sativa sprinkle.
right, right, right. Like
Yeah.
the what was that? What was that I had in New York City, man? And it's you got to be careful too, because they'll just have the same bud and rename it anything, man. Like
Put their thing on it.
yeah. But nah, that guava cake was definitely official. It was something I had in New York City. It might have been a street, or it might have been like a street weed, but it was Chef's Kiss. I forget where I
That's
was at.
dope.
I forget where I was at, man.
It was
But I
so
was,
good. Hey,
yeah.
it was so good. You forgot what you was at.
Because when we
You
go,
know
we
it's
always
good
like going
when.
to so many different boroughs. So I might have been in the Bronx because that's the most last place. Yeah,
Yeah,
for that show with part. Yeah, for the Party G show, it might have been. Yeah, with Pro Dillinger.
that's
Might have been in
dope.
the Bronx.
That's dope. Another
Shout
fun
out to
one,
the
so
X.
that people could get to know you like a little bit better. I'm gonna ask you like two last questions. One is, kind of tapping into your background with the Sheik, right? The Sheik BROGAWD. What's your favorite wrestler all time?
Oh, Shawn Michaels. No question.
That's dope.
Heartbreak Kid. Yeah, I'm from the Attitude Era, man. Like I got my ass kicked a lot for that, man. So yeah, yeah.
And then last question on some knowledge. What's like a book or something that like that you took inspiration from that you recommend? It's like, yo, like this was something that like opened my mind up.
I do read books, but it wasn't a book that really it took me on a mental explore. It was actually a just like a sound bite from Coach Eric Thomas, E.T. Thomas, when he said, "Yo, it's a good thing to be dependent on. It's a good thing to be leaned on because you're doing something, in a greater light to where people comfortable and feel like they can fall on you. But make sure you have enough, to withstand it too. So pour into yourself as you pour into others. I'm like
Gotcha.
I listen to a lot of podcasts, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so an audio book, I listen to an audio book before I might read one. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. I'm heavy on audiobooks right now because I put them on my little glasses. Be
Oh, you
kicking
got
it, you know what I'm saying? I got them jammies, you know what I'm saying? Be kicking it, listening,
you in the
like doing
bed cooling
stuff.
with the joint so with that, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Amazon joints with the joint. I got the Meta joints too with the camera. And when I was doing
Yo,
content
them
like
kind of
that,
crazy. I feel like that's fake. I don't know, man. You don't feel like you invading people private. Do you let people know when you record it?
and like I never used it when I was recording people, but I was doing this little thing for I came up with an idea like where like I'd record like when I went out, I just take clips. Like, I'm
Okay.
walking into the supermarket, I'm walking
Okay,
in,
yeah.
like I'm walking around, I'm doing stuff. And LA is like just so much going on. And like damn near like downtown, damn near everywhere you gone, like it feels familiar because it's movies. Right? So there's everywhere you go, it's like it's been in a movie. So it's like it does a weird thing, being from the East Coast, it does a weird thing to your mind because everything looks fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a bridge, but it
Mm-hmm.
looks amazing because it's been in 37
Yep.
movies. It's like literally the bridge from like Colors. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's like literally like so. I just be taking footage all the time, and then I clip it together into like a 60-second thing and release it. So, but I was never talking to people and doing it. But that it kind of weirded me out a little bit because it always felt like spy glasses. So I don't really use them. I got them if I ever need them, but
Now,
I'm
for
not using them.
content
I use the
creative
audiobook
purposes.
joints every day.
Now, I totally get like I could understand that point because I'm like that going. I can go just to a rural area and just be in awe of what the opulence, man. What I'm seeing,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I click them on then, but it's weirdos out there, man, and
Bro,
that use it for the wrong. They're gonna get them banned, man. It's always somebody got to mess up the party.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, but yeah, my brother, man, you shared a lot of gems with us, bro. You took us behind the scenes on the making of Urban Opulence, incredible album produced by Mute One. Available everywhere right now, but especially on your Bandcamp. Your Bandcamp's really dope, my bro. You got it nicely up to date with your
Hmm.
full discography. People need to check that out. You talked to us about upcoming music, multiple projects with heavy hitters that you got coming. You put on people that we should know about coming from upstate New York. You gave us some background on other projects, you know what I'm saying? The joint you did with XP, Black and Brown Business, some of your deeper catalog, and you let us know you a little bit, deeper into like your background with your family, coming up in music, cats like Year Jordan that you came up with and that you're doing music with. all the cats overseas that you're connecting with, and more. As we wrap up, my bro, anything that you want people to know where they can connect with you? Any last things that you want us to know about?
So yeah, I'm on all social media, of course. I'm here on Instagram at BROGAWD, Facebook Chic BROGAWD. I got my TikTok going on too. Um, I forgot the. You can just type in BROGAWD and find me on that. I forgot the
Which is
username.
the dopest name? It's the
Uh,
dopest name,
the TikTok.
Bro God.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. That was actually I just used that, started using that as my stage name, artist name, maybe uh right before COVID. But for like
Yeah,
years, I just always used that as a social media thing, a brand. It was a brand before really, my name, so it kind of just fell into that naturally.
that's
But
dope.
I do want to give you your flowers and say thank you for that dope
Thank you.
introduction piece you put together for me, man. I really love when the guys are. I want to say a word better than you, more than a journalist, man. You like a a a, a voice piece, like a I don't know, like a what I'm saying, an extensive branch for for us.
Thank
Um,
you, brother.
and you took time and deep dive and looked back and just brought back some things to life that I didn't even remember or thought of.
You were
21.
like, damn, I'm dope.
Yeah, man. So shout
You're
out to
like, damn,
you,
who
man.
this cat got discography?
Yo, shout out to you, man, because yeah, that's important, man. And
Thank you, brother.
it's always good to root toot your own horn and things, but when people see that for you and do that for you, it's always received better and a better look. So thank you,
Yeah.
Cristopolis, man, for sure.
Hey, my brother. It's an honor to do it with you today. It's been a long time coming. I've been following your career for a long time, and I'll continue to follow it. I look forward to building with you again in the future, my bro. You got all these projects coming, so I hope we get a
Hmm.
chance to run it back.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
All right, my brother. Salute.
Peace. God bless, man.
God bless.